Now that we shot the video, we need to get it out of the flip cam because it's raw video. And what we want to do is we want to get that video and jazz it up a little bit, make it a little bit more professional, and really add our contact information and give this, make it a little bit more compelling. And we're going to do that with Windows Movie Maker. And that's actually in your computer right now, whether you have XP or Vista, it's already in there. And I'm going to show you. And the simplest thing, all you got to do is just plug in your flip cam. Now to get the video out of the flip cam, all you have to do is just plug it in. When you do, you're going to get a screen that pops up. Now the first one up here, this is the onboard video editing software. We're not going to use that. That's actually in your camera. What we're going to use is this one down here. We're going to use Windows Movie Maker, and we want to grab that video, which is an AVI file, grab it, put it in a hard drive. And so right here, we can double click on this, and now I'm looking at the files within my flip cam. And the video files are in DCIM and 100 video. Now I can see here's all the video that I have on my camera, and I know it's this one that I want. This is what I just shot. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it over, and I've actually created a folder, and this is what I like to do. You can do whatever you want, but I have raw video. This is video I have not edited, and I'm going to put it in there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little subfolder for it and say this is for my welcome video. And so I'm creating a new folder for it, and I'm going to move this over into that folder. So now it's out of my flip cam, it's deleted, and I can go on and start working on other things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, under Programs, Windows Movie Maker. Now if it's not here, it's up here in Accessories and somewhere in Entertainment. Everybody's a little bit different, but you've got it. If you have Windows XP, if you have Vista, you've got this program. When it starts, it's going to look a little bit like this. And what we're going to do is now we're going to import that video that we just put on our hard drive, and we have to go find it, and we know it's in raw video, and I created the welcome folder, and so it's this one, and I'm going to import it. Now remember, it was only one video. It was just one shot, and now it's putting it in here. But now I have three. Do not let this mess you up. This is just a flip cam. I understand this doesn't happen in Vista, but this is just a flip cam thing. It just happens this way. And you could take all three of these, because it really is only one video, and just drag it down to the timeline. And you can see in the timeline that now we've got all three down here, and we can actually play them and see how they work. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you. And what I'm doing, you know what? I recorded. I wasn't quite ready yet. And now I'm ready. So I know right about there, that's where I want to start my video. So what I'm going to do is, see that cursor right there? I'm going to, I know I don't need this guy, and I delete him. And then I can take this to where I was just about ready. Now, I may not have, that's a good look. I may not be quite there yet, but what I can do is I can use this button and make this a bigger view. So I can really fine-tune this down to the actual fraction of a second when I want to get ready to start. Let's see how that is. That's just about perfect. So now at the end, let's see where we're at the end. Right about there is where I want to finish. So what I can do is I can drag this to the point where I just finished. Anywhere in there. And that's how you edit the length of your video. And I've got this little snippet at the end. Don't really need that. So there's my raw video edited down to just what I want to do. But now we need to dress it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, and you'll notice you've got 1s, 2s, and 3s. And that's all you really do. You're not going to capture from video device, but you're going to import the video. I'm going to dress this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import pictures, and I've got 2 pictures that I've pre-done, and I'm going to import them into our collection. One of them is a front logo, and then the other one's a whitewashed logo, and I'm going to show you how that works. And down here, I can show the storyboard. And what that really is I'm just actually able to move around segments of the video and put them in here, put them in there. So I've got this. And so now my video looks a little bit like, it starts out with this.
this, goes to me, and then finishes up with this. And so that's really what Storyboard does. And then what you're going to end up doing is, well, let's see, on that first thing, I want to add a little effect to this. And you can see I'm just moving right on down the list. So add video effects. And I like actually ease in. And if you're not sure what these things do, you can actually play them. And Microsoft actually shows you what ends up happening. So you know what? I like that. I put that right there. And now when I play this, it's going to actually make that static picture move a little bit. So you can play with the video effects. Let me turn that off. Now we're going to go to transitions. This is probably the biggest button that is going to get you in trouble. Make your transitions as smooth and unnoticeable as possible. So here's video transitions. I really like simply fade. I like really, you want your transitions to do almost nothing. And what I'm doing is I'm going to just drop it down into this box in between. And I'm going to drop another fade box over here. So now, if I go back to the beginning of the video, what's going to happen is I've got that front motion. It's going to fade into, there I am. And you saw that fade. But that was really a long fade. I don't really want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here. Let me pause it again. And I'm going to take that duration and really shorten that duration down. So if I go back to my video, it's going to happen a lot quicker. So I can play with how long I want this. So let's say I'm done, I'm happy, everything's good. Now I want to put titles, I want to put credits, I want to put my contact information, and especially I want to put it over here at the very end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the title on the selected clip, which is going to be basically at the end. Or let's say it's somewhere in the middle. And I want to put in Mike, and I want to put in my last name, and then I'll hit enter, and let's say I want to put in my phone number or my email address or whatever it is. Now that's part of this, and this isn't actually correct, but what we're going to do is, because I know I've got a whitewashed logo at the end, I'm going to change that font, and I'm going to change it to something that's a whole lot darker, that's going to stand up a little bit better, and that looks a whole lot better. So then I say I'm done, and you can see it just added it down here. Now what I want to do is I want to position it in the right place down here so that when we hit play, let me give you a little bit background. When we hit play, there it comes. And so it just faded right into me, and that's a good exit point as far as that goes. So you're going to have my contact information at the end. So theoretically, my video is all done. Now all I have to do, I save it to my computer. And when you do, we're going to name it welcome video. Name it whatever it is, so that you can go back to it and you know exactly what it is. I'm going to put it in, and not my raw video folder, I'm going to put it in a different folder, and then I'm going to click next. If you're in Windows XP, you're going to automatically be defaulted to best quality for playback on my computer. That's all you need, and just hit next. And now it is creating what was an AVI file, and it's going to move it over and create a single one-piece it's called a WMV file, but really that doesn't matter. You can upload this now to YouTube or any video hosting site.